As we continue to think about Noah, there are things that we see in the story of Noah. Compromise led to great destruction being brought on the earth. You started with being friendly with the world and falling in love with the world, then being conformed to the world. But you and I, as Christians, were commanded by God to be separate from the world. And I just want to remind you of that. I know it's not a very popular topic today. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 6:14, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? What communion hath light with darkness?" How well does light get along with darkness? How well does doing right get along with doing wrong? So there is to be a separation between God's people and those of the world. Getting close to the world can lead to being disciplined. We've talked about that before. And I want you to consider Lot. I want you to consider Lot and realize that Lot became very closely associated with the world, and he paid the consequences. Now, the Bible said in Genesis 6:5, God saw the wickedness of man was great, and every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. The earth is corrupt, violence, corrupt, violence. After the flood destroys the world, you would think that man would look differently and act differently, respond differently. But the Bible says in Genesis chapter 8, in verse 21, "For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth." That's 8:21. You see, man is not good. We need an accurate picture of man. Man's not even basically good. Man left to himself always goes the wrong way and does the wrong thing. As soon as the flood's over, it doesn't take long before there's a Tower of Babel, because man left to himself will always do wrong. All men have sinned, and sin comes to us through our parents, and we sin willfully. We're sinners by nature, and we're sinners by choice. All men have sinned. None are good. Can you believe that? That is the condition of man. The world would have us believe that people are basically good. God would say that they're basically bad. It's not going to get better all the way to the end of the world. In Revelation chapter 16 and verse 17, the Bible says there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven. Verse 18, voices, thunders, lightnings, great earthquakes, such as no man has seen upon the earth. Earthquake was so great, and there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent. Men blasphemed God because of the plague of hail, for the plague thereof was exceeding great. You see, man is by nature bad. That's why we need salvation so bad. When man chose to go his own way and do his own thing, he brought terrible things into his life. So I want to challenge you to help spread the gospel all around the world. People need the gospel. They need to hear about Jesus Christ. We need to tell them. It's been that way since the beginning, and it always will be.